Adolf Hitler, one of the most infamous figures in history, orchestrated World War II and the Holocaust, leaving an indelible mark on the world. The lesser-known aspects of Hitler's life are vast and intriguing, revealing a side of him we seldom explore. So, join me as we dive into Uncovering Hidden Facts, 15 mind-blowing insights on Hitler, where the unknown takes center stage before we revisit the familiar chapters of his notorious history. Fact 1. Mein Kampf. Hitler is a writer. During his 1924 prison stint, Hitler penned Mein Kampf, initially a flop, but later a German sensation, selling over 5 million copies by 1939. This book, chronicling his life and racist ideology, gained cult status in Nazi Germany. Despite its later ban, Mein Kampf's journey from prison writings to a blockbuster mirrors Hitler's rise, offering a unique lens into the shaping of his radical ideologies through the power of the written word. Fact 2. Hitler's wealth strategy. Did you know Hitler had a cunning wealth strategy? In a bold move, he ordered the government to splurge on Mein Kampf copies as state wedding gifts, raking in hefty royalties. But wait, there's more. He dodged income tax. With these crafty financial moves, Hitler's fortune ballooned to a cool $5 billion. He spent it on art collection, fancy furnishings, and prime real estate. Far from conventional, the dictator displayed a penchant for financial antics that left an indelible mark on his legacy. Fact 3. Hitler's stateless odyssey. In a lesser-known chapter of Hitler's life, he took a bold step in 1925, renouncing his Austrian citizenship and plunging into statelessness. For 7 years, he navigated a citizenship limbo until 1932, when he secured German citizenship. This period of statelessness, often overlooked in his tumultuous journey, marked a significant but less explored phase in Hitler's rise to power. Fact 4. Hitler's troubling obsession. In a chilling revelation, Adolf Hitler's bizarre fixation on his half-niece, Geli Raubal, unfolds. Hitler's possessive obsession led to a disturbing scenario where he closely monitored her every move, essentially turning his Munich apartment into a prison for her. Geli Raubal's captivity sheds light on the darker, lesser-known aspects of Hitler's personal life, offering a glimpse into the disturbing dynamics that existed within the dictator's inner circle. Fact 5. Hitler's paradoxical health habits. While advocating for health-conscious living, Hitler's personal life harbored paradoxes. The dictator, known as a teetotaler and vegetarian, allegedly dabbled in drugs. His personal physician, Theodor Morell, injected him with a cocktail of substances, including oxycodone, methamphetamine, morphine, and cocaine. This intriguing contrast between Hitler's public image and his private health practices adds a layer of complexity to our understanding of the man behind the historical figure. Fact 6. Hitler's dubious Nobel nomination. In 1939, a Swedish legislator nominated Hitler for the Nobel Peace Prize as a jest. The ironic move backfired, causing an uproar. Hitler's prior ban on Germans accepting Nobel Prizes led to the swift withdrawal of the nomination, a unique entry in the complex narrative of his controversial legacy. Fact 7. Hitler as an artist. In 1907, young Adolf Hitler embarked on a journey to Linz, Austria, fueled by dreams of pursuing an art degree. However, this artistic endeavor faced harsh realities as he faced rejection twice from the Academy of Fine Arts Vienna, lacking the necessary credentials. Supported by his mother's finances, Hitler's dreams clashed with financial struggles after her 1907 demise. This early artistic setback, laden with familial and financial challenges, laid the foundation for a trajectory that would ultimately steer him towards a very different, albeit infamous form of creative expression. Fact 8. Hitler's artistic irony. Beyond Hitler's infamous failed career as an artist lies a paradox: his disdain for contemporary art movements. In the 1930s, the Nazis, under Hitler's direction, aggressively purged German museums of what they deemed degenerative art, including works by renowned artists like Klee, Picasso, Lembruck, and Nolde. Hitler's rejection of avant-garde styles and promotion of classical ideals shed light on the dictator's selective artistic preferences, shaping the cultural landscape of Nazi Germany. Fact 9. Hitler's name twist. What if I say Hitler is not Hitler? In a twist of fate, Adolf Hitler came close to being known as Schicklgruber or Hiedler. His father, Alois, switched the family name to Hitler, but the reason for the spelling change remains a mystery. This curious alteration, veering away from Schicklgruber or Hiedler, encapsulates a lesser-known facet of Hitler's personal history, highlighting the unpredictable turns that influenced even the most fundamental aspects of his identity. Fact 10. Soldier to Nazi leader. Post-World War I, Hitler pivoted from military to political life. Settling in Munich, he entered the German Workers' Party DAP, marking the start of his political ascent. With crowd manipulation and anti-Marxist, anti-Semitic speeches, he emerged as the Nazi Party leader, laying the foundation for his formidable political career. Fact 11. Hitler's strategic rise to power. In a calculated political dance, Hitler elevated himself from Chancellor to the formidable Führer. The journey commenced in January 1933 with his appointment as Germany's Chancellor. Exploiting the Reichstag fire's aftermath in February 1933, Hitler suspended civil liberties, setting the stage for the enabling act that sanctioned his dictatorship. This meticulous progression from chancellorship to the Führer marked a pivotal chapter in Hitler's relentless pursuit of dominance. Fact 12. Hitler's war-driven style shift. When we think of Hitler's appearance, his mustache instantly comes to mind. Interestingly, Hitler's mustache had a wartime origin. Starting with a full Kaiser mustache, it transformed into the iconic toothbrush style during World War I. The reason? Practicality. The toothbrush mustache allowed for a proper seal with a gas mask, a vital accessory during the war. This seemingly ordinary grooming shift, driven by necessity, inadvertently gave rise to one of history's most infamous facial hairstyles, solidifying Hitler's image as an iconic but controversial cultural symbol. Fact 13. An unlikely warrior from Hitler's family. Meet William Patrick Hitler, born a British citizen and Adolf's half-nephew. In 1933, lured by his uncle's ascent to power, William ventured to Germany. Unhappy with his assigned jobs, he attempted to blackmail Hitler. The offer of a high-ranking role in 1938, in exchange for renouncing his British citizenship, prompted William's escape, fearing a trap. Finding refuge in the United States, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy, courageously fighting against his uncle's forces in World War II and earning the prestigious Purple Heart. Adopting the name Stuart Houston, William eventually became a U.S. citizen. Fact 14. Hitler's death and conspiracy theories. As World War II approached its end, Adolf Hitler chose suicide on April 30, 1945, in his Berlin bunker as Soviet forces closed in. His self-inflicted gunshot marked the definitive end of his tyrannical rule. However, this event gave rise to enduring conspiracy theories, fueled initially by Soviet ambiguity. Despite later confirmation of his death through dental records, lingering speculations add a mysterious layer to the conclusion of Hitler's dictatorship. Fact 15. Hitler's war-torn legacy. In his final moments in 1945, Hitler carried the Iron Cross First Class, a symbol of his World War I service. Despite his claims of heroism, research unveils a nuanced reality, questioning the extent of his frontline engagement. The Iron Cross, once a badge of valor, now represents the debated legacy of Hitler's military service during the Great War. By examining Hitler's life, one thing becomes clear. If you think you know me, think again. A true journey into mystery,